Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this first ever Know Your Staff Talk Story that is initiated by the Public Relations and Marketing Department of the Solomon Island National University. This program is to let you people at home know our new staff that are joining the university, as well as what they are currently doing for the university and for us, the people of Solomon Islands. Tonight, I'm so proud to introduce to all of us Professor Elliot Mugamu and Dr. Kabure. Tonight, they will elaborate more on what they are currently doing with the university and with their respective departments. First on our panel tonight will be Dr. Elliot Mugamu. Dr. Elliot Mugamu is currently with the Faculty of Business and Management. He is an associate professor and he has over 30 years of working experience in the academic as well as the business industry. Prior to joining the Solomon Island National University, Dr. Elliot Mugamu was an adjunct senior lecturer at 8 universities in Zimbabwe. Dr. Elliot Mugamu also helped to create Masters of Business Administration curriculum, which is currently run in 7 African countries, which collaborate with the Catholic University of Milan, Italy. Dr. Elliot Mugamu holds a doctorate in management from the University of Lusaka in Zambia. He also holds a Masters of Business Administration in Corporate Strategy and Marketing from Thames Valley University, United Kingdom, and a Bachelor of Arts in Accounting and Business Administration from the University of South Pacific. Dr. Mugamu married to Evelyn Mugamu, who is currently a staff at the university as well, teaching the accounting courses. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to allow Professor Elliot Mugamu to talk to us, to talk story to all of us on what he is currently doing at the university, and especially the Masters of Business Administration that is scheduled to be offered next semester at the university. Thank you, Professor Elliot.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity to share what I'm doing at the university. But before I go ahead with my discussion, it is important that I recognize the support that I got from senior management of the university and the government of Solomon Islands when they gave me an opportunity to be in their country. Universities, by their very nature, are permanent institutions. They live forever, and I accept that when National University does good things, we as society have a responsibility to acknowledge them. And university ought to aspire to be more than a mere provider of human resources. It must also take the lead in creating knowledge that is needed to improve the lives and welfare of Solomon Islanders. In response to the research findings on training needs assessment in Solomon Islands, that revealed in the main an acute shortage of skill sets and relevant business courses at postgraduate level. SINU, by virtue of its ownership structure and its national mandate, felt challenged to develop a robust and flexible learning environment in the form of an MBA program. It remains a fact that MBA is still the most widely recognized business management degree in the world. and it is only proper and responsible that SINU moves with the tide. Ladies and gentlemen, I have 7 good news to share, and these are: the first one, in January 2023, SINU will launch its MBA program comprising purposely selected blend of 14 units, including the mandatory dissertation and 2 electives. 2, the program is ideal for busy professionals who want to fit their studies around the career, family, lifestyle, and the relationships. Number 3, in order to increase accessibility of the MBA degree, the program at SINU will be offered on part-time basis over 24 months, evenings from Monday to Thursday, and selected weekends and public holidays. 4th, face-to-face will in the main be the mode of instruction, augmented by online lessons on platforms such as Zoom, Team, Google Meet, whichever is deemed appropriate. 5th, the course comprising of 14 blended units will be a combination of lectures, guest speakers, interactive class discussions, and case studies. And here we will be borrowing the Harvard approach to case studies. The 6th, the program is academically rigorous, and the dissertation component sets SINU MBA apart from regional comparatives, as it offers pathway opportunities to doctoral studies upon completion of the 2-year program by students in Solomon Islands and the region. This brings me to the 7th, modalities of accreditation to the MBA Association are works in progress. I would be failing in my responsibilities as the Associate Professor in the Department of School of Business Management if I don't comment briefly on the objectives and outcomes of the SINU MBA program. The MBA program is multidisciplinary, and it is designed to offer an opportunity for the development of leadership qualities and ethical and sustainable business practices in Solomon Islands through innovation and strategic thinking. The second objective is to ensure that managers gain high-level skills in accounting, corporate governance, critical thinking, economics, data analysis, entrepreneurship, leadership, strategic management, finance, and understanding the environment external to the organization. In terms of outcomes, upon completion the program, students should demonstrate an appreciation of and contribute towards the development and implementation of the responsibilities of business, government, and development partners have towards society, citizenry, and environment. Let me end by thanking the senior management of National University, led by the acting Vice Chancellor, Dr. Jack Mabeuta, for the opportunity to have created value for the university by developing the curricula for the MBA program. I remain thankful to the government of Solomon Islands who allowed me to come into their country. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Elliot Mugamu, for enlightening people at home on the proposed Masters of Business Administration that the Solomon Islands National University is going to offer in first semester of next year, 2023. This program is also timely since the admission for next year is currently open, and it will close on January 20th, 2023. So for the interest of those watching, how many students do you expect to enroll for MBA next semester?
The emphasis is on quality of interactive discussions with the lecturers, and we have set the number at 20. I must say the MBA is going to be a game changer in Solomon Islands, and anyone who doesn't pursue it will be left behind. It will sharpen the minds of executives in Solomon Islands. And you may be interested to know whether we have got the expertise locally to teach at the university. In the faculty, we have got 3 people, including myself, with PhD. So we are well resourced. And the other members of staff will come from various faculties within the university. Maybe there might be an opportunity to get 1 or 2 people from outside, but in Solomon Islands. So it's a program that has been built and developed with the context of Solomon Islands in particular. Thank you.
Thank you. And past semester, how many units do they expect to take?
Okay. The first semester will comprise 4 subjects. The second semester is 4 subjects. If the student decides to exit upon completion of 8 units in the first year, the student will be awarded a postgraduate diploma in business administration. However, if the student decides to proceed to the completion of the 14 courses, including the mandatory dissertation, the student will then be given or be awarded an MBA degree, which creates a pathway for doctoral studies at the university in Solomon Islands.
Thank you.
One of my objectives is, before I go back to Africa, God willing, I would like us to cross that bridge so that Solomon National University provides an opportunity for students to do a PhD. Yes, we have got the energy, the academic interest in helping the student to achieve what they want to do.
What is the difference? What makes it different if I will study MBA at SINU and if I should go in the other regional university?
One is the context in which we looked at it. It is appropriate and relevant to the needs of Solomon Islanders. Number 2, we have focused on dissertation, and we know that compared with the regional comparators in Fiji and in Papua New Guinea, they don't have a dissertation. And that sets us apart from those things. And the third aspect is that the program is academically rigorous, and it suits those people who are working, who have got full-time jobs, and who want to balance study and family life.
Thank you. I think that's from the Faculty of Business and Management, the new upcoming program that all of us are expecting to be offered next semester. And I, on your behalf, want to thank Professor Elliot Mugamu to enlighten us with the content and talk story on the Masters of Business Administration. We'll have a short break, and after that, we will come back and listen to the Director of Maritime Academy of the Solomon Island National University, one talk from Kiribati, Dr. Kabure. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Lesna. I am a student at Solomon Island National University, enrolled in Tourism and Hospitality program. We are located at Kukum campus.
Hello, my name is Albert. Here at Tourism and Hospitality School, we offer certificate, diploma, bachelor program with the qualified and experienced lecturers.
Not only are we taught in classrooms, but also hand-on training with the best supervisors and facilities.
We learn how to prepare and cook mouth-watering dishes like our famous local omelette for breakfast, nali nut and crusted snapper or kingfish with tropical salsa for lunch. And not forgetting our hot, refreshing coffee.
We are trained to be industry ready right here at Local Vision Cafe for your food and beverage needs.
But hey, that's not all. We're here to make your night at any hotel, motel, or just at home a cozy and memorable one with our housekeeping training.
So why not enroll today and be part of this wonderful industry and part of the School of Tourism and Hospitality Management.
Welcome back, everybody, and we have Professor Elliot Mugamu and Dr. Teorae Kabure at the studio for us this evening. Our second panel member that will give us a talk story in relation to the Maritime Academy of the Solomon Island National University will be Dr. Kabure. And Dr. Kabure is from Kiribati, and he is well known as the first Kiribati to be graduated with a doctorate with over 30 years of experience in the maritime and shipping industry. Before joining the Solomon Island National University, Dr. Kabure spent 13 years in Papua New Guinea, teaching at the Maritime College in Madang, Papua New Guinea. Dr. Kabure is well versed with the maritime industry and brings with him a wealth of experience from working up on board of a ship as well as a shore-based career that includes maritime training and education. Dr. Kabure did his Masters of Business Administration from the Australian Maritime College, the University of Tasmania, majoring in maritime logistics. He was then awarded with the doctorate from the Atlantic National University in Honolulu, Hawaii. His technical qualification is a Class 1 Master and unlimited tonnage, which means Dr. Kabure can captain any vessel, you name it, in the world. And we are so privileged to have him as the director of the Maritime Academy at the Solomon Island National University. Thank you, Dr. Kabure.
Thank you very much. As a new director of the SINU Maritime Academy, I have my visionary plans, and my visionary plans are very specific, clear, and can be easily understood. Right? My plans are all based on this theme. Ladies and gentlemen, the theme for, or in relation to my plans for the Solomon Islands is very clear, and it states, well-educated, trained, and disciplined Solomon Island seafarers for now and into the future. That is the theme that all my plans, I based all my plan to. Right? To improve and upgrade the Solomon Island Maritime Academy, we have a lot of work to do. And just before I move on to that, ladies and gentlemen, you have to remember that the Maritime Academy of the Solomon Islands was one of the best back in the 1970s, 1980s, and even the 90s, right? But up until now, as we all know, the Maritime Academy need to be improved. So my main area or the main aims are to actually improve, and then later when we can improve, we can upgrade. Right? So we are planning to upgrade all technical courses, right? And these technical courses need to go as far as level or class 1 master mariners, right? If we have enough class 1 master mariners, they can serve the country, the shipping maritime industry of the Solomon Islands. And if we have so many, they can even go abroad and work overseas, right? That is in the case of the nautical officers. In the case of the marine engineers, we can also do the same. But first of all, we need to improve the current status of our, Maritime Academy, which it is actually happening as we speak. We have to allow also and give Solomon Island seafarers the opportunity to work locally, regionally, and internationally. It is important for all Solomon Islands to know that among all other Pacific Islands, I think Solomon Island is sort of like one of the smallest number that actually employed overseas. So my main aim is to actually try and train the Solomon Island seafarers so that they can compete with all other nationalities, right? So that is one of my main aims. For more Solomon Island seafarers' employment opportunities locally abroad, it will contribute also to the nation's economy through their remittance. So based on that idea or plan, I have actually come up with a project whereby we need to recruit more seafarers. And that means the reason why I use the term seafarers because of gender equality. So we have to include also females. So we are currently planning that in the near future, we will have a good number of Solomon Island seafarers. And the whole idea is so that they can fulfill the need or the demand of the local shipping industry first, right? Then if that is fulfilled, then we would like now to look further abroad, whereby we can allow them to go and work overseas, so that they can also contribute to the nation's economy. That is my main plan at the moment, right? To sustain and ensure the Maritime Academy remain the main recognized and registered maritime education and training provider in the Solomon Islands, it is very important, and we must always comply with the SINU or Solomon Island National University policies. And then at the same time, it is also very important that we comply with what we call the standard of training, certification, and watch keeping, which we normally call it STCW code from the IMO. And as for the audience information, the SIMA, which we call the Solomon Island Maritime Authority, is the organization here in Solomon Island that enforces the STCW code. Finally, let me emphasize and remind everyone again, and particularly those who are watching this program from SINU, that since shipping in the maritime industry is the lifeblood of the global economy, which can affect also the Solomon Island national economy. Remember, seafarers are the ones that drive this industry, right? And this industry is very important for the Solomon Islands because no one can deny that Solomon Island is a maritime nation. So therefore, I would recommend that from time to time, you have to think maritime. I have to stop there. When I say you have to think maritime, that's all what I mean. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Kabure. So for your plans to, you have stated that previously, the Solomon Island Maritime Academy is one of the best in the region. And along the way, we have fallen short of. You as the director, what do you bring? Is there a new programs that you are currently developing to match with the international standard?
Yes, indeed. One of the programs is to actually run or conduct the course, which we call it the IDF course. And the IDF course, IDF stands for Hinda Department of Flexibility. This type of course will allow any seafarer to jump on board a ship, work either on deck or in the engine room department. That's why we call it the IDF, Inter Department of Flexibility. And we are looking at running that course or conducting that course. But what is holding us at the moment is we are just waiting for the Solomon Island government. And maybe as they watch now, they can see where I come from. In other words, I really want a full support, or we have to request the full support of Solomon Island government, together with donor partners, and don't forget also our major maritime stakeholders. At the moment, the Maritime Academy is just waiting for the right time, so that in the near future, the Solomon Island shipping industry will be manned by these new seafarers. And then if we can produce more, then they will go abroad for more job opportunities or employment opportunities. That is my current plan at the moment. I am just waiting for the right time to actually get the project in place. Thank you.
Thank you. From where you come from in Kiribati, do you have maritime students that go directly overseas? So you are confident that we are going to do that here in the Solomon Islands?
Thank you very much for asking that question. And it is in line exactly with what I am trying to convince the people of Solomon Island, and in particular the Solomon Island government. And a very good example is my own country. Because back at home in Kiribati, the training of seafarers, it's fully supported and funded by the government. We recruit between 100 to 200 seafarers. We recruit them from all the islands of Kiribati just to do the training. No fees, no nothing. The government is fully subsidizing that scheme. If that can be done here in the Solomon Island, then we will see a big increase in the number of the Solomon Island seafarers in the near future. But that is exactly what happened back at home. And with a very small population of between 110,000 to 120,000, we have about thousands of seafarers working abroad. Whereas in the case of Solomon Island, with maybe more than 500,000, population, it's very difficult to see any seafarer overseas that actually originated from the Solomon Islands. So that is the whole idea. And I will try my very best to ensure that it's eventuate. But of course, as I mentioned earlier on, Maritime Academy needs the support of the government, donor partners, and more importantly, the major maritime stakeholders. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Kabure. You have mentioned that your academy is now currently improving some of your facilities for learning. Can you enlighten us on some of the infrastructure development that are currently happening in terms of the learning equipments? Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much for asking that question. What's actually happening right now on the ground at SINU Maritime Academy, we have actually tried to fulfill what is the requirement of the Solomon Island Maritime Authority, SIMA, based on that STCW code, as I mentioned earlier on. So far, we have actually made our ship simulator operational. That's one very good attempt that we did. And In the near future, maybe a month or 2 months from now on, we are also expecting our new lifeboat with the David and everything to come from China, which is also poured by the Solomon Island National University. And some of the buildings, or most of the buildings now have been renovated and actually repaired. Because when I first joined the Maritime Academy, this is what I emphasized to the executives of SINU, which is very important, and I have to mention it. Let's keep on maintaining and what? And repairing all the equipment, materials, training facilities, while waiting for maybe the new project for new buildings and whatever. But let's continue on by using the existing facilities that we do have. I thank the university so much because that is exactly what is happening now. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Kabure. I think those are very good information for the people at home or prospective students who are thinking of becoming captains or engineers in our vessels here. But through your information, they know that somewhere in the near future they can go overseas and work as a seafarer there. And ladies and gentlemen, that is our time for tonight. And on your behalf, I want to thank these two gentlemen who are not Solomon Islanders. They came all the way from the continent of Africa, Zimbabwe. The other one is Wantok from Kiribati, and they are here. They are here to help us grow the National University, the university that we call our home. You know, the university that we are all proud of to have. And for their time at the university, they are now spending almost 4 months at the university, but they have shown positive impact, and we thank them. You know, the university doesn't pay them that much, but through their love and passion for the academic world and where they come from, they are here to help us. And to all the Form 6, Form 7s who are out there, please don't hesitate to pick an application form and apply. The application period is now open until January 20th of January 2023, and you can pick up the application form from the SINU website. And also a good news for the Form 7 and Form 6 as well as Form 5, that the National University is hosting an open day on the 11th of November, which is a Friday, and the university kindly invites you to come and take first-hand information during that open day, which the university will host at the Fopa Village, Panatina campus. And this talk story, Know Your Stuff talk story, will have the second series of it with some of our senior staff that have just joined the university, so that we know who is currently on the ground and what we are doing for the university. With all this, I wish you all a God's blessing and a good evening. Thank you.